Oh my God, that was close. Rico Verhoeven came so close to defeating the greatest heavyweight boxer of this era. That fight was crazy. I mean, Rico Verhoeven proved all of us wrong. I mean, listen, I did not think he could trouble Usyk the way he did tonight. I mean, that was crazy. Oleksandr Usyk, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it 1,000. He looked terrible in that ring, man. Rico Verhoeven outboxed Usyk, out-jabbed him, landed more power punches, was pushing Usyk to the ropes. He was going to the body. Usyk looked old in that ring. He looked slow. For a moment, I was beginning to think, oh my God, boxing is done. Boxing is done. Can you imagine if Rico Verhoeven actually went on to win that fight on points? Because he was ahead. He was ahead on points. I done a live fight commentary. I had a watch along. I had people in the chat, and everybody had Rico Verhoeven winning. Everybody. Nobody had Usyk winning. On my scorecard, I had Rico up by 4 points. Usyk needed a couple of knockdowns or a knockout to win that fight going into the 11th round. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, who could have predicted that performance from Rico Verhoeven? Nobody. I did a fight breakdown. I analyzed, I broke down the fight that Rico Verhoeven had over a decade ago against some unknown entity. And he looked terrible. His stance was terrible. His defense was terrible. But, mate, he made the adjustments. He must have been listening to every single YouTuber, pundit, analyst out there breaking the fights down, talking about he's easy. Usyk is going to go in there, he's going to blow him away. Usyk is going to go in there, he's going to outbox him. If anything, Rico outboxed Usyk. I mean, Rico Verhoeven gave Usyk more problems than Fury ever did, than Joshua ever did, than Dubois ever did, than Derek Chisora ever did, than any other fighter in Usyk's career ever did. It's crazy. It took a kickboxer to show the blueprint on how to defeat Usyk. It's crazy. And boxing was this close to being embarrassed. If Rico Verhoeven won that fight against Usyk tonight, maybe it's over. It's over for boxing. Done. You're telling me the greatest heavyweight fighter of this era gets beaten by a kickboxer having his second ever boxing fight? Are you crazy? It would have been over for boxing. The reputation would have been in tatters, mate. Crazy. What does this say about Fury, Joshua, Dubois, all these guys that couldn't lay a glove on Usyk? What does it say about them after that performance from Rico Verhoeven? Let me know in the comments, my people, man. Let me know. But Usyk, in that fight, from my observations, watching the fight live, Usyk couldn't deal with the pressure from Verhoeven. Usyk couldn't deal with the strength, the power of Verhoeven. I mean, Rico Verhoeven was pushing Usyk onto the ropes. He was leaning on him, using all his mighty strength. And I was watching that fight, looking at both men in the ring, and I was thinking, damn, Rico Verhoeven is massive. He was making Usyk look tiny in that ring, and Usyk couldn't cope. I've never seen Oleksandr Usyk get hit that many times with a right hand. He was eating right hand after right hand after right hand. Rico was landing at 50% on his power punches. I don't have the compute box numbers in front of me right now, but I'm sure from my own calculations in my head as I was watching the fight live, Rico Verhoeven was landing at 50%. I've never seen Usyk get hit that much. I don't know, maybe his age. Maybe he has slowed down. Maybe Father Time, which is undefeated, has finally caught up with Oleksandr Usyk, right? Because he couldn't get out of the way of some of them shots. Back in the day, Usyk, he would never get hit. He was more mobile, he was more agile. But in this fight, slow-footed. Even when Usyk was planting his feet, throwing the shots, he wasn't catching Verhoeven. Verhoeven was blocking them with his gloves. It was all getting blocked. There wasn't no clean shots being landed. Maybe second round, fourth round, and then the 11th round when he got a stoppage. We're gonna talk about the stoppage, whether it's early or not. I'm gonna come to that in a minute. So don't worry about it. I'm gonna address that. I'm gonna address the referee as well. But overall, Rico Verhoeven just proved that sometimes nobody actually knows what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to boxing. Nobody. Because he proved everyone wrong. Yeah, he lost. But that performance, come on, none of us saw that coming. Maybe that's why. Maybe the way Rico Verhoeven caught us off guard, same thing happened to Usyk. He caught him off guard. Like that head, like the hand movement like this, that Rico was doing, very awkward moving, lateral movement, moving side to side. I mean, it made things really awkward for Usyk because Rico Verhoeven, I thought, when I was breaking down the fight, I thought he's going to be a stationary target. I thought he's going to be easy to hit. I thought he's going to keep his hands down the way he had in his first ever boxing fight 10 years ago. Well, I got that completely wrong. I have to eat humble pie. I'm sorry, Rico, I got that wrong. When I get things wrong, you know me, I keep it real. I keep it 1,000. I admit it. I eat humble pie. I was wrong about Rico Verhoeven. Him and, I don't know, Tyson Fury's uncle, I forgot, Peter Fury, they locked in, made the adjustments, and he almost paid off. He almost paid off if it wasn't for that goddamn referee who robbed everybody. That referee is an idiot. That referee robbed everybody. He robbed Usyk of his proper glory because now there's question marks, can Rico Verhoeven carry it on? He robbed Rico Verhoeven of going out the proper way on his shield, losing the proper way because in the 11th round, when Usyk landed the uppercut, and Rico was in trouble. I mean, the referee gave Rico Verhoeven about 30 seconds to recover. Then there was about 10 seconds left by the time the referee let both fighters get back in the center of the ring to fight again. Then Usyk was piecing him up. Then I think the bell went, or there was about 2 seconds left of that round 11, and the referee called the fight off. I mean, it's the end of the round anyway. Rico Verhoeven was way ahead on the cards. He's winning the fight. Normally, a referee, you should give the guy that's winning the fight the benefit of doubt. Do you know what I mean? You give them every single chance, opportunity to recover. Like, do you know what I mean? Like this referee just called off the fight. Now, the reputation of boxing is in tatters because people are thinking, nah, that shit was rigged. That's what I mean when I say the referee robbed Usyk of his proper glory. He robbed Rico of going out in his shield because we don't know what could have happened. Rico could have went back on his stool, sat down, recovered after a minute, and come back in the 12th round and survived. And if he did survive, he would have won the fight on point. Unless some shit would have happened, the judges were corrupt and give the fight to Usyk, which we all know it would have been bullshit because Rico was way ahead on the cards. And also, he robbed Usyk of a proper victory because Verhoeven was already messed up. His legs were gone. Let's say he went back onto his stool, didn't recover within a minute, go back up. Usyk would have had the opportunity to go out there in the 12th round and knock him out properly. So he robbed Usyk as well. He robbed the fans. Now the reputation of boxing is under scrutiny because you got some people saying, well, that's rigged, that's boxing for you. They always do that. They always look after themselves. They always look after their own people. It's rigged. There's corruption. And that's a shame because the fight was really good. I really enjoyed that fight. It was really entertaining. The whole card was really entertaining. I didn't think that they could put that card together, especially being in Egypt, near the pyramids. Like, I didn't think that the whole thing could be put together, but everything was good. Entertainment, the production, everything was absolutely fantastic. It's just that stupid referee decides to jump in and make it all about himself. But overall, I just want to say, like, after saying all that, I don't want to take nothing away from Rico Verhoeven. I want to give him all the praises. I want to give him all his flowers because he boxed fantastic. And you know what? He could have a future in the heavyweight division. Seriously. He could have a future in the heavyweight division. Because the way he took the greatest heavyweight boxer of this era all the way. He gave him the biggest challenge ever out of any fighters. I don't care what you say. That was the hardest fight Usyk has ever had in his career. Rico took him all the way there. Maybe because he's a kickboxer, he's not a traditional boxer. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't got the fundamentals of a boxer. That awkwardness kind of put Usyk off his rhythm. Usyk with the age as well, he's slowed down. Maybe those things played a factor. Maybe. But all I can say is Usyk did not look like the Usyk that we know. So I think Father Time has caught up with Usyk. He's really slowed down. The precision is not there for Usyk. And at times, it looked like he was panicking. At a time, Usyk in that ring looked like he ran out of ideas. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But Rico Verhoeven, nearly made history. And you know what? I sit here and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Rico actually deserved to make history. He deserved it. It didn't happen for him. And I'm happy. Do you know I'm happy? Because I'm a purist. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. There's no way, I don't care what anyone thinks, bruv. There's no way I want a kickboxer with 2 fights, with 1 boxing match coming in, defeating the greatest heavyweight boxer of this era and taking the belts, bruv. No chance. I don't see that. I see a lot of boxing fans say, oh, Usyk lose. Man, you crazy. Why do you want Usyk to lose? Our sport is going to be down the drains, man, the reputation. Like, people from MMA, UFC, all them kickboxers, they'll be laughing at us. We'll be a laughing stock. You don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Come on, man. So I'm happy Usyk won. I'm not happy with the circumstances in which he got a victory. I'm not happy with the way the fight ended. But overall, I'm happy that Usyk got a win. Even though it ended in controversy. I get it. And I understand it. And I'm not with it. That referee made a mistake. The fight was stopped prematurely. I understand. I get it. Seriously. I get it. But I'm happy Usyk finally put something out of the bag in the 11th round. And I truly believe Rico Verhoeven was on his way out. The referee robbed us of that moment. He robbed Usyk of that glory, and he robbed Rico Verhoeven of the opportunity to go on his shield, because that's what Rico Verhoeven wanted. And he deserved to go on his shield after the performance that he put in. We just seen Fabio Wardley get battered and bruised by Daniel Dubois 2 weeks ago, and he was allowed to fight for 7 extra rounds with his brain all over the goddamn canvas. So Rico deserved more time. If that was a boxer, if that was Tyson Fury, they would have allowed Tyson Fury to recover. Because we've seen in the past, it was AJ, they'll let AJ recover. Why not Rico Verhoeven? This is where boxing gets shit wrong. This is why people call boxing corrupt. That's what I don't agree with. But overall, Oleksandr Usyk left it late. But like they say, it's better late than never. It was that close. The reputation of boxing nearly went down the drain. But boxing survives. Boxing survives. Oleksandr Usyk moves on. At the end of the fight, Agi Kabayel came into the ring. Turkey Al-Sheikh. I mean, it's a bit of a mess. Adeola Depot, shout out to my brother Adeola Depot. Listen, I got love for Adeola Depot. He's opened a lot of doors. He's done a lot for people, for YouTubers like me. You know what I mean? Like, he's done a lot. I like Adeola Depot, but, mate, he could have done a better job to fucking control the ring, mate. Like, it was crazy. Turkey Al-Sheikh came in there speaking. Some short guy came in speaking. It was a mess. Like, they didn't conduct the interviews that well. It was bad. It was almost like when AJ fought Usyk in Saudi Arabia and shit go crazy. It was kind of like that. You know what I mean? So like Adeola Depot kind of lost control of the whole interview situation. But shout out to Adeola Depot. You know, much love to Adeola Depot. More power to him. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. I just felt like the interview in the ring was a bit awkward. You know what I mean? It was a bit corny, man. So I'm just keeping it real. But Kabayel, Usyk, it looks like these two guys are going to get on. Turkey Al-Sheikh is talking about Rico Verhoeven might go again against Usyk. We might see a rematch. I don't mind seeing that, but not next. Next up, let's get back to fighting real boxers. Yeah, there's a guy with the WBC interim championship, Agi Kabayel. He came in the ring, called out Oleksandr Usyk, said, listen, there's a big Ukrainian population in Germany, big fans of Kurdish descent. Let's do that in Germany, in a stadium. They're going to fill it up. And I'm in agreement with Agi Kabayel. Usyk, Ukrainian, big population. The Klitschko brothers used to fight in Germany for years. They filled up arenas and stadiums. Usyk and Kabayel do big numbers in Germany. That's the fight we should get next. Oleksandr Usyk should fight the best next, the next best in line. If not, drop the belts, move on, rematch Rico Verhoeven, but with no titles on the line. Let Agi Kabayel and all the other fighters fight for the title, my people. I'm going to leave it there. That was my post-fight reaction, instant reaction, my people. No scripts, no edits, just straight, raw, from the heart. You know what I mean? Like, as I've seen it, because I've done a live watch along. Let me know what you thought of that fight. Usyk. What's going on? Is Usyk done? Father Time has caught up? Can Usyk defeat some of these young, hungry lions? Imagine Usyk was in there against a Kabayao. Imagine Usyk was in there against a Mosai Toma. Imagine Usyk was in there against a Dubois again. Can he keep up with these guys? Has Father Time caught up with him? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, my people. Is Usyk time coming to an end? Will Kabayao be the guy to end Usyk's reign at the top of the heavyweight division? Legitimate questions, my people. I'll be back with another video on Monday. This is just my post-fight reaction, giving you my raw thoughts straight after the fight. Let me know what you think in the comments, my people. I'll really appreciate it. Once again, thank you so much for watching EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. Please don't forget to smash the likes. And if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe because you're really going to help us to grow. I'll be back real soon with another one. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.